I do this a lot when I'm talking.
Robots. You only look at him. Don't move your head. And
don't move your hands.
Right, don't move your hands.
Perfectly natural.
Be perfectly natural.
I don't even remember what the question was. I got off on such a tangent. Focus me again, Rob.
Who is Elevate trying to reach?
I'm trying to reach the people that aren't already there. I love what we do at Tim's, at our home church in Lutz, because that's a feeding that happens for me. The people that surround me at Tim's understand it, and they really bring worship to a new place because you have the numbers that are all in sync with each other. But the ministry part of what Elevate is doing is to make sure that we're not focused inward, and to make sure that we're not focused on the people within the church, because the most exciting thing for me is telling my friends who are not Christians about this God that, you know, they make fun of me now, and I love it. I'm so flattered when I get up to bat at softball and my best friend of 25 years yells out, "Hey, why don't you let Jesus help you hit it to the moon?" And everybody starts laughing, and they're like genuinely making fun of me. And I thought, wow, there are so many worse things for you to make fun of. I'm like, yes, I'm a little Jesus freak. Like, you know, how awesome is that? I have really gotten this fire just in the last year, coming back in touch with Adam and with Tim's, and what has been most exciting for me that has, I think, become Elevate's passion as a group has been inviting my friends that didn't have this relationship and don't know what this relationship looks like, or even worse and even more difficult, ones that grew up in the church and had a bad experience. My passion is saying, hey, you guys have always enjoyed hanging out with me before and doing the things that excite me. Guess what? Jesus excites me in a way that is so much bigger than anything that has ever excited me before. Come try him out. And Adam and I have started a home church ministry just for that reason, so that we have an environment that doesn't come with all the baggage that the word church comes with. And my friends and his friends that don't go to church are comfortable in my home in a way that they wouldn't be comfortable at a church.
Yeah, without a doubt, what's Elevate's focus and goal? I mean, as much as we have a role that plays inward, there's no doubt about it. That's a role that we're always going to have. We get to inspire the worshipers that are already part of our local home church, Tim's Church here in Lutz. But at the same time, by inspiring them with that inward piece, we're also inspiring them to go out into the community and be focused outward. But Elevate also has a huge passion for reaching those that are outside the church. Like Elizabeth said, the people that either had bad church experiences, which they attribute to this bad church experience is the same thing as God, therefore they want nothing to do with God. But for us to re-invite and say, no, man, come back and taste and see, just check this out, and come to a home church environment or a home study environment where it's a lot more relaxed and set back, but at the same time, the worship is just as passionate, you know. And so we like providing that atmosphere as well.
Adam and I found ourselves sending a text message out to our friends who didn't go to church, and instead of writing a long message that tried to explain what we were doing, that said, you come to this really comfortable environment, you're not going to get judged, it's not pretentious, it's really about being genuine and just worshiping. It evolved into this really quick snapshot that just said, hey, come have a beer with us and worship. And the focus of that for us was never the beer. Ironically, I think more than half the band doesn't drink at all.
Everybody.
But it was a way of saying in a way that people understood very quickly, wow, this isn't a religious community with all of the negative connotations that come along with the word religion, that we were willing to be genuine and loving and do the same sorts of things here in a worship environment that we were willing to do in our other homes when we weren't worshiping, that there wasn't a double standard. So as that became our text message that got sent out to our friends, Adam one night...
It evolved into a drinking band with a worship problem.
Adam said one night as a joke, yeah, we're going to be the drinking band with a worship problem because, we have one beer and two beers, and that's totally balanced. But, dude, we freaking worship all the time. We have an addiction. This needs to be addressed. So, and we realized what we were taking on. We realized that it could upset a lot of people, but we knew that the most important thing was that we were reaching the people that were willing to get to know who we were.
Well, here's
and
the
they
irony
saw.
in it, the things that I've seen, because I've tested this thing out a lot, throwing it out there with all of my friends that don't ever go to church. And whenever I share with them, a drinking band with a worship problem, they think that is absolutely hysterical, and they are so drawn to come. And see, the cool part is that we get to invite them into an atmosphere where they never would have wanted to tread those waters, but we're providing an atmosphere where, number one, it's prayed over long before they even get there. Number two, it's an atmosphere where we were genuinely wanting to bring the presence of God and His Holy Spirit into this place so that there can be life change in that He can have the potential to work into their lives. And then ironically, on the other side of the coin, the people that have given us the difficulty or the hesitancies that you shouldn't be saying stuff like that are the people that are already in the church. And so when it comes to that, I'm going to default to I'd rather be a little more bold and crazy and reach the people that would never want to darken the doors of a church or darken the doors of any place where there's the experience of God than I would be to ever cater to religious people that would say, hey, I think that's a bad idea, and you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. But so did Jesus got himself in a lot of trouble, I think, for reasons just the same thing.
And we've been hosting home church for 6 months, and we have never once had excess. And I think that that's a testament to the true spirit of what we're doing. We've definitely had a lot of excessive worshiping, though. I think that we should talk to somebody about that.
Completely.
Yeah. It's not healthy.
No
balance
there
at
might be
all.
a problem there.
There's
It's like,
definitely a
we have food, and then we have worship, and then we do a time of teaching, and then we just can't stop.
And then we do worship, and then we have more food.
Sometimes an hour or two.
But then we have more worship.
Yeah.
It's just not.
It's becoming
healthy.
a serious problem.
It is a serious problem.
Anybody out there maybe can send us a link to a psychologist.
Isn't it like Wednesday nights and Tuesday nights and Friday nights and Sunday afternoons?
Yeah, and then afternoons.
And there's no hour that's too early. No.
Worship means to me not just something that is expressed or done on a Sunday morning or during a collective time where you just gather together and singing songs back. For me, worship has become something that you can enter into at any time that you want. I mean, when you're driving down the road, it's just this absolutely being consumed with God through the Holy Spirit, with Christ, taking every thought captive to Christ, and just having just these unbelievable moments and experiences where you're so thankful for what He's done. You're so thankful for everything that He has taught you and shown you, starting off with the grace for the forgiveness of sins and all these other things, but moving beyond that, like the book of Hebrews says, let's put away this part and just continue to move on into this much more mature relationship where you just get to worship Him 24/7.
But in a totally excessive way.
Absolutely.
All day long, in an addictive sort of way, in everything that we do. We worship in everything that we do. It's a way of loving Him and expressing that we love Him and figuring out ways that we can incorporate that into our drive, into our workplace, into our eating habits, into our church habits, into our relationship habits, into our parenting, but having it be, like Adam said, all-consuming, so that it's everything, so that, which comes, the worship problem. It's just a play on words that means that in a totally excessive, addictive sort of way, we absolutely cannot stop worshiping Christ in everything that we do. When are you guys getting something on YouTube? And we had not yet publicly said this name, but they had seen it somewhere obscure and had grabbed a hold of it with white knuckles because they wanted to share with their friends that there was this, cool kind of edgy band. And I said, I don't know, we're working on getting something up on YouTube. And he said, all right, drinking band with a worship problem. And I was like, what did you just say? And he was like, drinking band with a worship problem. And I thought, if we can reach people like that and get people that excited about hearing music that is all about glorifying God, then
Well,
here
like
we
the
go.
fun atheist
Take up
teenager
arms.
that
We're
comes
at
on Friday
yes,
nights.
yes, our atheist teenager that comes on Friday nights. But we will be taking up arms, and we will be at battle, and that's just going to have to be part of it because we are ready to share this radical message of acceptance with as many people as we can without letting any sort of religious pretense hold us up from doing